All this month, I have been covering subjects on the nomad life. See, I lived in my Acura sedan and then a Toyota Highlander for close to 4 years. Whew, the time flies. And for the last little bit over a year now, I have been living in this tiny home cabin. I call it a landing zone. My heart is a gypsy soul nomad. I love being on the road. I love living in my vehicle. So I thought I would do a series of classes, I call them classes, on the subject of nomadic life. So far I've covered budget, top asked question, where do you sleep, causes the most angst for people. I shared my personal story, why I became a nomad to begin with. And today I would like to share with you, it's like my top 10 necessities. Things that I believe are like must-haves on my list of items to carry with you in your vehicle or to use. So with no further ado, I have a nice little setup out back of my tiny home, and I want to share with you these 10 top necessities for nomad life. So I hope you'll join me. Hey, Serene and Simple Life peeps. Thanks for joining me for another class on the nomadic life. Whether you're a beginner, a wannabe, you've been on the road for a while, I hope that you are learning some good information, gathering up some knowledge, taking some notes, and maybe sharing this with a friend, right? Appreciate if you give these a thumbs up. I'm bringing back a blast from the past. I call this May Madness. It's my birthday month, so I decided to go back in time and review things that I've done and as a nomad and share them with you. So before we get started on what I think are the top 10 essentials, I would like to make a disclosure here that I'm supposed to do. Is a lot of the things that I show you here today are in my Amazon store, and you can go to the link in the description. It's very, very simple. It's actually just amazon.com/Serene and Simple Life, and you have to scroll down a little bit, and I think I have close to 300, if not more, items in my store on Amazon, and I do make a little commission, very small commission, and no extra cost to you. If you order something within 24 hours of putting it in your shopping cart, whether it be from my list or other things that you go, as long as you're in the link, I get a little commission, and I appreciate it very much. So with no further ado, we will get started. To the right of me here, I have a table that I'm going to show you at the end of all the items that I'd like to, I don't know, acquaint you with, introduce you to, and hope we can have some fun. On the top 10 must-have essentials is a aluminum folding table. Comes in 3 different sizes. I'll put this together for you. Comes in this little bag. It's a great space saver. In a future video, I will share with you where I store all of these things in my Toyota Highlander. I am a part-time nomad, and I live in the tiny house part-time. It's a landing zone, but it comes in like 4 different parts here. I'll put it together and let me show it to you. It's the aluminum fold-up table. How cool is that? Reason I think that this is a must-have is I had this right out of the gate. I set it up at rest areas. I set it up even alongside a picnic table with my camp chair. It's low enough, and I've just used it tons. So it just pops apart here, as you can see, collapses, And back in the bag it'll go. Yay for the aluminum camp table. Next on the list is a camp chair. Yes, it goes hand in hand with the table. And let me show you, I'm gonna put that together in a minute. But look how fun this is. It's super lightweight. I think it's like less than 5 pounds. Ta-da! It's an octopus. I can put this together in about 2 minutes. I did a video on this years ago, and I will put that in the description. It also has 4 parts besides the bag. A must-have for campfires. I mean, everywhere you go, you need a chair. When I first started out, my son gave me a folding chair, and it was so thoughtful and heartfelt, but I felt that I also needed something that was lightweight, that I could carry back and forth and put together and take apart in just no time at all. And especially the lightweight, because I tend to carry other things besides the table and my chair when I'm out and about. So let me put this together and I'll show you what it looks like. Simple setup, camp chair and table. Again, this comes in 3 different sizes. I think that is the medium, maybe the small. I absolutely love it. On the list is the 4-piece cube set. We've got small, medium, large, and slim. This is Amazon Basic Bags. I love the mesh, the see-through. I rolled my clothes on the road. These were something I had as soon as I got going, living in my car, and rolled up my jeans and all my pants in the large one, tops, etc. in the medium one, lingerie and socks and things in the smaller ones. And I also purchased the 4 medium, so you'll find these in the store. And here is just a little, I threw them on my back seat, and in the morning I'd turn around and reach for my clothes. Really lightweight, easy to see what I was looking at. And here is a sample of rolled up clothes, which I've also done a video on this too, that you just take and roll, and then tuck it inside itself. That's just the quick 5-second overview. The Amazon Basic Bags. Continuing to move around with the sun, you get a different backdrop. Number 4, the portable traveling kettle, electric kettle. This is a 9-volt, something I had from the very onset. I heated up my water every single day in this for my coffee, whether I was stationary or heading on down the road right away. It takes a couple minutes, and I had my first fresh cup of coffee using this car kettle. Loved it. From there, I decided to start using my butane or propane gas 1 stove. Number 5. This is probably something that the majority of nomads out there have, something very similar to this. I love that it's butane or propane, because sometimes butane does not want to cooperate in cold weather. And so you've got to have the propane. Another nice reason to have this is you can't always find one or the other. So now with this gas 1, butane or propane, you have both. This lasted a couple years, and then I replaced it. And in the meantime, then I decided to get a little one that was just butane. I wanted to ditch the propane for a while, but I found out that that wasn't a good idea. And so now I have this. If I'm going to go to a picnic table and make a dinner, then I can just easily grab this out of my Happy Haven Toyota Highlander, and I don't have to disconnect the propane bottle. I leave the bottle connected all the time. And you've seen me many times cook with these, and I absolutely couldn't do without having these or this little stove. I don't recommend that you have two, but it's a nice idea if you want to have one with both and one with just the butane. And then number 6 is the steering wheel table. This is a easy snap-on in place onto your steering wheel. One side has a cup holder, the other side is more smooth, has a place for a pen. Just absolutely love this little guy. I think it was like $12 back in the day. Who knows what it is now? But, you know, the sense of security of not spilling anything, and it made me feel like I had a little portable table, which I do, right inside, bringing my home right into my other home. So that was pretty dang awesome. Number 7, a must-have to stay cool. There's 2 million different models out there. I love this one. It is a USB. Don't necessarily know the brand right at the moment, but it's been with me for a long, long time. I put it on the console of my SUV, and I slept with this many, many nights using my Jackery, which will be a future nomad life show on how I power things, what I use for power. So definitely got to have yourself a little fan. Actually, I recommend 2 or 3 fans. There's been times when I clipped one on top of the visor, I had one stuck in the steering wheel, and I had one blowing on me from the side. Love the way this just sits very nicely also. So many, many different choices for fans. Put in the comments, what's your favorite fan that lasts a long time? I would appreciate that, because I'm always thinking I could get something better. And then we've got the window screens, or the window shades, whatever you want to call these. Oh my gosh, there was nights when I decided I could not sleep with the windows up, and if the axe murderer was going to come that night, then he was going to come, because there was no way I could sleep in the temperatures that were like still like 80, 85 degrees at 9 o'clock. Just a few nights, but the fans were lifesavers, and I will show you something in the next show. I'm going to do 10 things that are not must-haves, but pretty near close to wanting to have. So these slide on the windows. I had 2, and then when I was in Florida, Kimberly, thank you, she gave me 2 more. So now I have for all the windows. I have no idea why I just had 2 to begin with. Don't remember. But anyways, lifesavers. And I am going to show you in a future video where I store everything inside my SUV. So definitely these couple items for staying cool right out of the gate. Love putting these during the day too. Just, it's cozy. It's cozy. They're like windows. Number 9, it's the pop-up privacy tent. This can be a dressing, shower, potty room. I have never used this guy. This is brand new. I did set him up once, but I had one for first couple years that wore out with the winds in Arizona. I actually did a really cute video of the dancing shower tent in the wind. It's like 5 minutes long. It'll give you a good laugh, or at least a smile. But very, very simple. This is a 22-inch circumference. It pops right up and then opens up with a zipper. When I was in Arizona back a few months ago, you know, I did a ton of videos while I was there interviewing nomads, so you've got to go back and watch those. They are precious and priceless. Just the bunny trail. But I didn't use this, but I thought, well, maybe I will. I had facilities as a volunteer every day, if you get my drift, and I didn't need a dressing tent. I dress right inside my SUV. So I didn't need something where I had to have bathroom facility, shower. I had a friend that told me I could shower at her RV park. Thank you so very much. You know who you are. And also I showered a couple times at Love's. So I didn't need this as a place to stay, like as if I were staying 2 weeks somewhere. But my first year in Arizona, I had this up almost the entire time. And of course you have to move every 14 days in Arizona. But you know, with the winds, sometimes it's a drag. But I do think it's essential, because last minute you might find a very cool camping place and there's no facilities around and you're gonna need something like this. So it doesn't take up any space. I've got all sorts of pegs. A Nomad friend back in the day, thank you Randy, helped me to secure this. Somebody else helped me too, I can't remember, but if you're watching, I thank you and appreciate you. Has clips that you clip onto here, and then you secure the ropes on 4 sides to the ground. And again, you can go back and watch some of my ancient blast from the past videos to see how this, you know, how this works and what it looks like. This took all of about 30 seconds to pop up. You can see the zippers. I forgot, but what wore out in my last one was the zippers too, because of the wind. And then in here is a little, you know, put your soap and wash rag, a little window, a window to the world, a place for your towel. Of course, you could put a tarp on the bottom for the floor. And the last thing I'm going to show you, I kept inside this tent when I was camping. Of course, I didn't have this one. This one's brand new. The last one I had was lime green. I don't recommend it. It was see-through. I had to learn the hard way, the embarrassing way. And I got it because to blend in with the woods. But I like the black much better. And it does come with some lightweight stakes and ropes. I keep my big ropes and stakes all in that bag, handy dandy. And then, like I said, when you put this down, you just lay it on the ground and twist it together, and believe it or not, it goes back into the bag. So simple. So there you have it. Magical, but it's a little too hard to video. Lay it on the ground, fold it in half, it twists together just like one of those window visors. You just have to put pressure on it and know that you're not going to break it. All right, I saved the best for last. Number 10. Drum roll. We're almost done for the day, and you can go out and go to the park and have some fun. The one you've all been waiting for. It's the portable car commode. Oh my gosh, yes, right out of the gate. This was one of the first things. Probably, I would say, you could eliminate everything else I've shown you today, but you need to have somewhere to go. So here we are. Another item that's only 4 pieces. Ta-da! You put the bottom in. Yeah. And then this is your top. There you have it. It's a portable car commode. Or you can use it as a stool. You can sit on it. It's clean. I put bags in this. This doesn't get dirty. None of this gets dirty. Or a little trash can. I mean, during the day, turn this upside down, put a cloth over top of it, make it into a little table. Or store it. That's what I love about it. You know, when I first started out, I was in a car. So that's another reason I had the portable shower dressing room tent. Things were a little bit easier when you have the tent. But this I love, 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 because it's out of sight, out of mind. What can I say? So that'll about do her for today, guys. I hope that you have enjoyed this and learned something. Put in the comments, do you own all 10 of these items? I'm not talking about brand, I'm talking about the type of item. Or what are you going to add to your collection of must-haves? What did I not show you that is a must-have for you? Please put those kinds of things in the comments. I just love it when you do, and it also helps other people. So you'll want to subscribe because there's many more shows coming about safety and power, and I'm going to give you, in the next video, I'm going to give you 10 things that I think are nice to have, but to me they're not essential. And so that'll about wrap it up for today. I'm going to give you a little review, and then you can study for the quiz. It's review time. Review before the quiz. Top 10 must-haves, at least I think so, for the nomad life. Some of these things you could really probably do without or do something different. But for me, it's the shower dressing tent, the potty room, the potty, yes, goes with the potty, the bathroom, window screens for air circulation, USB fan, the tray table, the 9-volt electric kettle, the collapsible camp chair, so easy to take with you to a campfire and to move around, not to mention a space saver, the aluminum fold-up table, just rolls up, the Amazon Basic cubes, these little mesh bags, and a butane or propane stove, or if you like, you can go all butane. I hope you enjoyed this video. I do have the past classes in the playlist, and I have videos of putting together the camp chair and a previous shower tent that I owned. I did a video of dancing in the wind, and I showed you often cooking on the stoves and my organization of clothes with the mesh bags. So there are many, many videos you can watch from back in the day, top 10 essentials and safety and power. And I will put some of those in the description as well. So with that, blessings in your day and joy in your journey. Stay tuned for the next show. I'm going to give you 10 more items that are not essential but nice to have. And then we'll go into power. Later.